Hello YouTube and Reddit, Senator32 here again with another Coin Talk video. And today I've got a lot of coins back from PCGS and a crossover as well as some noobs. So let's get straight into it because it's going to be kind of a long video. All right, first we've got the crossover results, which here is a gorgeous 1821 reel from Guatemala. And as you can see, it's MS65 proof-like and just a little mirror. These things... this particular date does come proof-like a lot. It was actually a hoard coin found. Let's see if I can get the autofocus to work. And please bear with the autofocus throughout the video here because I'd like to move the coins around a little bit. And yeah, just beautiful coins. You can find actually fairly inexpensively, but once they get truly proof-like and actually get designated as such, they do go up quite a bit in value. But just a gorgeous little coin. It's all there for gem, full strike, and deep mirrors on both sides. So really nice, and happy that crossed. It was previously a 65 PL and an NGC holder. So moving right along, our next one is kind of a sister coin, if you will, an 1819 2 reales from Guatemala as well, also 65 PL. Now what you'll notice about with this one is that it had a weaker strike, if the camera will focus here, than the other coin. So, and this is quite common on the series. So in the center of the coin, it's actually quite flat, but that is as made. You'll also notice a lot of the die polish marks on the coin itself. And again, those are not hairlines or cleaning because they're all parallel and were done actually when the planchet was prepped. And the dies were prepped. So basically, that's why those lines are there. And so that's also what gives this a proof-like appearance. Less common than the last one in proof-like, but you can again see the weakness there in the center. However, the fields are fully reflective, fully lustrous, and there's absolutely no sort of wear. So it's a really cool gem example of an 1819 2 reales from Guatemala. You can see the assayer there of M on the back, as well as the mint mark NG. But again, you see in the center a little bit of a weakness of strike. But again, the mirrors make up for it, and it's just awesome to see coins like this from Spanish colonial period. Moving right along, this is a coin I crossed over, and you gotta love it. It's an 8 reales from Mexico City, 1810. You got Ferdinand VII there. And the obverse of this coin is fully proof-like. It's incredibly well struck, frosty, got deep mirrors, and just exactly what you want to see. Just in-your-face frost and beautiful luster with not a lot of hairlines or problems. The thing that holds it back from being a proof-like coin is the reverse. The reverse is probably 75% of the way there. So it's got great luster, a phenomenal strike, as you see, which again is not always common on this series. But just not quite the level of reflectivity you'd want for a full PL coin. It's still beautifully frosty, beautifully shiny, and choice. And, this is an example of a coin that I actually already have a better one in 64, but I'm keeping this one as a duplicate. Now we've got an interesting one, actually very scarce overdate, 1814 over 3 Mexico City Mint. This one actually crossed over from an NGC holder that did not mention the overdate, although I did notice at the bottom the extra metal. Now I personally just thought it was a little bit of extra metal, but on closer inspection, it does appear to be the overdate, and PCGS noted it as such on the holder. This one's going to be a little harder for me to show because again, it's really quite small. But there you go. You can kind of see the 3 underneath the 4. I'll also remind you that all the PCGS coins have true views, so you can always look up the cert number and see what the coins look like in beautiful high definition. The reverse of this coin has some problems, some weak of strike like we saw in the other, a couple marks, but again, nothing that take it away from the 62 grade. It's perfectly fine for 62. And again, these often were made with weak strikes, so that's again an as-made issue. But the real neat thing with this one is that scarce overdate. I think this puts it with only one higher at PCGS. All right, now here's a fun one. Another overdate coin. This one, Atala from Austria. And we've got Leo the Hogmouth, as they'd call him, on the front there. And this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous example in MS63, something you don't generally see from coins of this era. Beautiful original mint, kind of bloomish luster. It's not like a Morgan dollar. It's not cartwheeling all over the place. And actually, if you notice, if you ever seen one of these in hand, the planchets are actually slightly bent because they were made on a roll press. So there's kind of a slight bend to it that precludes any sort of like cartwheeling or anything like that. But the intricate design on the back is incredible. The clear 3, which again is going to be hard to see in this, but I suggest you look at the true view. Underneath the 4 is really neat to see, and just a really cool old coin. And definitely one to keep an eye out for if you're looking to add some awesome crown-sized coins to your collection. Next, we have another PL coin. Can you tell I love proof-like coins? This one's an 8 Batzen, from Switzerland, from Zurich, and you can see beautiful proof-like mirrors. I will say a lot of these Swiss coins tend to come with beautiful proof-like surfaces, even at this time. So really just picked it up because it was fairly inexpensive and just really pretty. This one does have a little bit of spotting on it, but nothing too bad. The reverse of the 1810 8 Batzen is frosty and gorgeous, but could be slightly higher grade if the spots weren't there. Moving right along, we've got a 1936, which I think is fairly modern for my collection, but you gotta love this classic design from Switzerland. And this particular is a specimen proof of 1936, and it's a 2 franc. And I gotta say, love this coin. It's absolutely a superb gem. Beautiful frost on the devices. Just beautiful, beautiful mirrored fields. And, beyond that, it's in an old green PCGS holder with an old Teletrade, what it looks like sticker on it, which, again, is something you don't see very often. It must have been one done fairly early when PCGS started doing world coins. And, just everything you want to see in terms of these older proofs. Now, I know with the 2 francs and the 1 francs from Switzerland that they're fairly common in the later years. You get in the 1960s, for example, they're very common. But some of these older specimens and older BU coins tend to be a little bit nicer and a little bit more sought after. And this example I saw it online. I just thought it was really pretty. So I decided to pick it up, and it's going to stay in this holder. There's going to be no regrading, or anything like that. I like the history, and I like the old holder. So just really neat to have such a really high-end example of such a gorgeous, gorgeous coin, and a design that lasted a very long time. This is one of the better ones of modern times, in my opinion. So if you haven't picked up some nice Swiss francs or 2 francs, take a look at them. All right, moving right along. This is a coin I featured in the past. This is my Athenian owl that I found raw years ago and went ahead and got it graded by AGC so it could fit with the rest of my slabs. As you can see, they graded the strike 5 out of 5, which it's got a gorgeous strike. But they called it brushed, which again, it probably is. Ancients are not my area of expertise. I just wanted to get this slabbed. It also has a counter mark on the cheek, which was noted. Expected that one. Did not know this is what they look like when they are brushed, but that's good to know too. So they graded it AU, but obviously with the brushed attribute on it. So good to know, but at the end of the day, I just wanted one of these in my collection, and I was happy to find it fairly inexpensively years ago, raw in the Midwest. Now, hey, if you're thinking deja vu, this is actually a coin just like the first one I showed you, an 1821 real from Guatemala. Also proof-like, but in an old PCGS holder, probably before they started doing proof-like on world coins, or definitely before then. And this one is just absolutely stunning. It was fairly inexpensive, and again, shares those same sort of mirrored surfaces that the first one had. So this one is probably going to get cracked out and submitted raw to PCGS or sent in for reconsideration or regrade. Just because these days, I think if nothing else, it would get the proof-like designation, and again, another gorgeous coin. I wish all of them came like this, or definitely like to see some from Mexico City that come like this, but they're a little bit more uncommon than this particular hoard date. But again, gorgeous coins. Definitely one worth keeping an eye out for if you're looking for an eye-appealing example for not too much money. All right, and now let's have a U.S. coin in the mix, an 1834 half-dollar cap bust, old holder NGC, 63 with a CAC sticker. Gorgeous, gorgeous coin with beautiful album toning around the edges, full luster, like just moving around, full strike. It's everything you want to see in a just beautiful choice cap bust half-dollar. Just astoundingly pretty. It's just astoundingly pretty. Here's a close-up view where you can see the luster and everything moving on the coin. Unbroken, you can see the full strike. It does have some dirt on the portrait, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. That beautiful color around the edges, it just accentuates the design, and the reverse is even better. Like, just absolutely stunningly original and exactly what you want to see in this sort of type. Now, you'll notice on this old holder, someone had put a sticker or something on the hologram, which has ripped it off. Just a word to wise to the collectors out there. There are a group of collectors that will pay more for older holders, but when you rip the hologram off or anything happens, it's just like a comic book that's had something torn on it or a piece of paper money that has a pin mark on it. Once the holder is torn, that premium disappears. People won't pay for it. So keep your old holders in good shape. Moving right along, take a look at this old holder, actually in perfect shape, with a Mexico City cap and raise 8 reales. And it is absolutely stunningly beautiful, iridescent blues and violets and everything you want to see. This coin is also remarkably mark-free. I honestly believe that this coin would grade 65 or have a shot at 66, which is an outrageous grade for a cap and raise in today's market. However, this is an old no-line NGC, as they call a fatty holder, that is very collectible, and finding a cap and raise like this in this holder that has a full hologram is a unicorn. So actually, this coin, as gorgeous as it is, with the beautiful rainbow toning on the reverse, is going to stay in this holder, and I could not be more pleased. It is absolutely stunning. And I've saved the best for last. This coin is one of my favorite in my collection now. It's an 1804 bank dollar, and look at this. Absolutely stunning, graded MS63 plus star by NGC. This coin is, it's hard to find the right words. There's very few sort of bank dollars that look like this. I've held multiple proof examples, and it does make me wonder if this isn't actually a proof. It has mirrors that are outstanding. I mean, at least a foot mirrors on the obverse that can read text away from. A beautiful eye appeal at the same time. These were traditionally struck over Mexican 8 reales and other things like that. But I can find very little design elements underneath. I think I perhaps have found the mint mark on the date side of the coin here in the lower left-hand side. It looks kind of like an MO, but honestly, this one was made special, and it is absolutely the most incredible bank dollar from Great Britain that I have ever seen, and I am honored to be able to win it, and it's going to be in my collection from now on. I mean, it's absolutely just staggers the mind. It's beautiful mirrored fields, frosted devices, and at the same time has that hard-hitting luster on top of the proof-like mirrors, kind of like 1880s Liberty nickels have. It's got a similar sort of look, and it's just absolutely breathtaking, and it slaps you in the face with eye appeal as soon as you get it. So had to share this coin along with the other pickups that you've seen. So please leave your thoughts below and on /r coins on Reddit, and let me know which one of these coins was your favorite. I'd also like to mention that I am honored to be part of the legendary Stax Bowers team. So if you have any coins that you would like to consign or potentially look at selling to get top value for you or your family, or just when it's time to move on to a different part of your collection, drop me a line. Let me know. We'd love to help you and sell your coins. And you can see with the amount of passion that I put into my coins and displaying them, work just that hard for you as well. So take a moment and consider that when it comes time to sell. And you guys have a wonderful day.